Salima, everyone, welcome to another exciting journey through the sidereal sky, the real sky. Today, I have a super scary thumbnail. So if you just jumped on this video, we're running some experiments. We actually got way more views last time because of the super scary thumbnail. So I'm going to try to run with that a little bit. Today we have, I don't know if you saw, Nikki, but it's got like the red circle. Fryer said red circles make people.
I just saw it.
Yeah. So definitely some scary business. If you're just joining us, if this is news to you, the new moon is definitely in Leo because the sun is just now moving into Leo. It's not anywhere near Virgo yet. People are lying to you. Astrologers are straight up lying to you. Well, I say they're lying to you. They may just be very ignorant of the actual sky, which they should kind of be ashamed of themselves if that's the case. Because let's be fair, it's 2025. There's so much information out there. Like an astrologer should be looking at a sky. You would want your doctor, I would imagine, you would want your doctor to know where your body parts are, like your internal organs, right? Like that's not just something you're like, well, I feel today.
Yeah.
like the location of your spleen. It's really like it's meant to be maybe like, you know, a foot higher in your chest. You know, that's just how I feel. I feel like the spleen really reflects the ego and the seasons more than, you know, your heart. So I think that we should be switching those. You would never tolerate that from your doctor. Okay. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't tolerate it from any other professional. I have no idea why you're tolerating it. Hopefully you, the person, whoever's watching this right now, you're not tolerating it from an astrologer. We all have a responsibility to know what's going on astrologically. Okay. You wouldn't want your astrologer thinking the earth's flat. Like you definitely don't want them thinking that the sun's in Virgo.
Well, and this could be your wake up moment. This could be the time you're like, wait, what do you mean? Like mainstream astrology doesn't use the real sky? No, it doesn't.
And see, you if you're watching this and you're not an astrologer, that's not really your job to know that. Just like you don't need to know where the spleen is at, right? I don't 100% know where the spleen is at, and I can be forgiven for that because I don't poke around inside the human body. That's not my thing. But you know, our jobs are to look at the sky and we should know where stuff's at. So if you're just joining us, we're going to dig into that today. If you want to tell us some of your placements, we can, you know, give you some insight into that too. We'll probably give you a full we'll do the full month. Take a look at the new month here coming up. See how that's going to go. My name is Abbey Quinn. You can find all my information at SumerianAstrology.com. Down there, that is my wonderful co-host, Nikki Tennyson. She is the co-founder and president of the International Sidereal Astrology Association. All of our information is in the video description. And without further ado, why don't we go ahead and jump in here, Nikki? I'm assuming
Leo season is incredible, isn't it? Like the last few days, I've felt a lot better.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it for sure.
Yeah, I am. I'm liking it a lot better. You know, Leo season always like reminds me of like the hero's journey, you know, because you're the star of your life. You're the star of your show. And I was joking around with my dad and we were talking and I was like, man, I feel like, do you hear that?
No, what happened?
Oh, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
My phones just stopped picking up like the computer stuff and just like switched over to my phone.
Okay. Well, that's
so weird. It's like doing both. I know. I'm like, I'm technical issues again today. Okay. But
all right. Well, hopefully today you're not in shadow dimension.
Yeah, no kidding. I just keep having these issues. But no, anyway. Like hero's journey, all right? And you're thinking about your story, and I've been thinking about mine. I'm like, what's my hero's journey this year? What is it like? And I swear to God, it's like that movie with Austin Powers and the spy who shagged me, and Dr. Evil stole my mojo, and I gotta get my mojo back. Yeah, so that's
the hero's journey that you chose.
That's my hero's journey that I came up with. I'm like, yeah, this is it. This is my hero's journey this year. So I'm gonna get my mojo back from Dr. Evil. It was cool. It's cool. But no,
I was just thinking
Leo's
about that movie, not to interrupt, but I was thinking about
Yeah,
that movie literally
no.
like 2 days ago. That movie was so awesome. The other ones, not so great,
Not
but
so
that was
much.
definitely like one of the funniest movies ever.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally feel like
Dr. Evil was
Austin
great.
Powers, you know, like I
Yeah.
time traveled and I don't know what the hell's going on, and and I'm trying to get my mojo back. It's like, what the hell? But no, Leo season is fabulous. It's like the fabulous time of the year. So it's expressive. You know, there's a lot of sexual energy in Leo. Like nobody really talks about that. Like I think
Right?
it's a little weird about
It's
talking
in there.
about sex. You don't want to get too like weird about it or into it. But I mean, you got, you know, creative energy in there. And so you have to point it out. You know, there's heightened emotions, there's confidence, there's ego, there's, you know, negative qualities too, you know, but most of the time it's like joy and happiness and I don't know, like
Yeah, it is sensitive. It's definitely
yeah,
sensitive.
it's very sensitive. It's very sensitive. I actually have worked with a few people who have Leo placements, and they like and they like to use I don't know, their sexual energy as power, you know. It's kind of weird, but and they'll admit it, you know. These are my people. I'm not going to give too much information away, but that's how they feel powerful. That's how they feel good. Is like using that sexual prowess, that, you know, pussy power or whatever. If you're a dude, you got something else, you know, whatever you want to call it.
The big D power.
Yeah. But it's there and it gives you confidence, and it can be a good time. It can get you in trouble too. So yeah, Leo season it's looking up. It's a lot better than digging deal down and dealing with all your feelings and Cancer. Like, I think feelings are gross. I'm tired of them. I don't want to deal with them anymore. It's nice. It's a lot of fun. Leo season anyway, I think, is way lighter, way better. That though is sensitive. Still sensitive time.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan.
Definitely a fan.
Well, you guys know I'm a fan of most of them anyways. So it's looking like, hold on, let me back up here.
Oh yeah, the new moon is going to be right on Regulus.
Yeah,
right on Regulus. So
what else we got there? Regulus. Yeah, Regulus sun.
Yeah, Regulus is like leadership. It represents like royalty and like it's like one of the royal stars. So it's like ambition and success and leadership and all of that stuff. But you know, like any royal star, it also has it can be like a downfall star. You know, where
you think so?
Well, I mean, not everything is good in every.
Oh yeah.
You know, like everybody's life. You know, some people have to take accountability for the way they've acted and what they've done, and you know, sometimes people use their leadership or their skills to take advantage of others, and goes around, comes around, unfortunately. Yeah, you don't need a star to tell you that, though. I don't think, I think eventually karma catches up, but I don't know. What do you think about Regulus?
Well, this is the breast of the lion, and all of the Leo energy is concentrated into it. So that's like, it's like, you know, Leo squared or cubed or to the 10th power or whatever. But,
I love it.
So the Mesopotamian view of this lion, the farther back you go, it was actually a lioness, and it related to the lioness of heaven, who was Inanna, and she's, if you guys don't know, like the goddess in Mesopotamia, like the one. I mean, they had other ones too, but she was like worshipped as the, you know, the supreme feminine for thousands and thousands of years. Okay, so this is her in her very, we're gonna call it her warlike guise, not necessarily petulant like she can get when she's around the Pleiades. But definitely assertive, you know, like you said, the pussy power. That's probably the best. Like just thousands and thousands.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Oh, I can hear the echo.
Yeah, it just keeps shutting off. So I was messing with it.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry. Go
I
ahead.
thought it was the ghost of Abby
Dude,
Pass.
I know. I don't know what's going on with me and
Don't worry about it. It's not a big
I
deal.
just want to fight them, but I can't.
Yeah. So this is definitely going to be, call this. She's not necessarily starting problems, but she will finish some problems. And if you get on her bad side, she's gonna, step up to the plate and kind of make things happen. But she is very, this is her very beautiful, very fertile, creative, emotional, but more on the happy side, like maybe not happy, that's not good. Better sense of humor, kind of a lot of the stereotypical Leo traits that we see even into like modern times do carry over. But if there is a downside that I would say to Leo energy anyways, the sensitivity, I think it goes well beyond just the emotional sensitivity. I think there's psychic sensitivity, chemical sensitivity, sensitivity to like toxicity in the environment and your food and your relationships. And so if anybody's like dealing with those issues, that can kind of come to the forefront. Now that is a good way to identify that something needs to be changed. So some people, especially if they do have strong Leo, and I think you do have strong Leo, don't you, Nikki?
I'm a Leo rising.
Yeah, that'll do it. That can exacerbate some of that sensitivity, which means, like the food allergies might be a little bit worse. Dealing with like, negative people might be a little bit harder, but you also got that boss energy that kind of comes in. So there's a number of bosses in the chart, but Sagittarius and Leo are definitely them, but they tend to operate a little bit differently, at least in my experience. Sagittarius is more a little psychotic about it, where like this is the way it's going to be. We're going to make this happen. Everybody get on board. Whereas Leo's like, come on, let's do this. And we're not sure exactly how it's going to go down, but we're gonna make it happen.
Leo's more encouraging. Sag is grabbing you, and you're coming along.
Yeah, you don't got a choice. We're gonna make this happen.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah. So, but like I said, regular stuff's just going to be all real concentrated in there. It can be like anything else. It can be a little domineering at times, kind of similar to like a Jupiter would, like the more negative traits of Jupiter. If anybody else recognizes those, not sure. So yeah. So what do you think then for the full month? We're going into Leo. It's going to be definitely better. You're thinking, but what else do we got? We got Mars.
Yeah, well, okay, so this new moon is actually square to Uranus and Taurus. So he's our big player this month. They've all gotten turns. And Uranus is, he just, he just kind of surprises you, I guess. There's always, with Uranus, it's kind of like a shakeup, disruption that we don't really quite expect. But I mean, I think a lot of it's, subliminal. I mean, we can manifest these things. We know what we really want. Uranus kind of opens the door, in my opinion. I mean, I don't think Uranus is as wild and crazy and all the ways that, Uranus is described in mainstream, astrology. I haven't seen the
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Intensity, like the extreme shakeups. They like, hey, now you're shocked. Like, I haven't seen that. Uranus is going over my Venus, my natal Venus, and it's been quite awesome. Like, I don't know. I absolutely love it. It's just been a good time. Like the way I feel about things, the way I look at life has really changed. I'm kind of more open to change as I, more now than what I would have been probably prior to the transit. So,
okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's just got a Uranian influence. So, I mean, there's a possibility, we could see some like weird stuff. I think the Uranus is best associated with weird, and I think we could definitely see something weird happening. Okay. It's a possibility, but I mean, that's the only major influence I see on the new moon. Okay. But you're right. We do have some sign changes, like Venus is going to be finally moving out of Gemini and into Cancer. She'll be in opposition with Pluto. So there's some intensity there happening. And in Venus and Cancer, I mean, it's like sentimental, it's, got that loving, nurturing, like aspect to it, the home and like, the self and things like that become the center of our attention, our heart center. So yeah, Venus moving into Cancer. I'm not sure how I'm going to particularly like that transit. I'm a Venus person myself, but I've had enough of the feels and the Cancer stuff. Like, I've had enough of it. We got Mercury moving out finally, and I'm like, and then Venus is right behind. I'm like, okay, we'll see. We'll see how that manifests for everybody differently. But I mean, it's another feeling constellation. I expect to go inward and have to confront a lot of things about how you feel about your life path, your family, your connections, even business, like how you do business. It may change.
Yeah. I think we talked about it.
Did we talk about it last week? We might have.
Yeah, we at some point we talked about this in particular, about Venus going into the underworld, and this is like a whole descent of Inanna.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things. I mean, one of the stories where she goes into the underworld, which if you're new to these videos, you may not know, Cancer was one of the entrances to the underworld. But and we can see that kind of too, even if you use the crab mythology or archetype instead of the turtle, like they both dig into the ground. So we're still getting some of that. But anyways, one of them, she's going in there presumably to give her condolences from to Ereshkigal, whose consort in one of the stories is the Bull of Heaven, who was slain by Gilgamesh. But Ereshkigal seems to think she's there to conquer the underworld, which she might have been. She's pretty. She was a conqueror, so
she's a feisty.
But in some of them, like in the story, where she goes in to find the magical garden in the underworld that has all the secrets of knowledge and sex, she wants to go there to eat the food of this tree, and she does, and that's how she becomes like the master of all the feminine arts and sex and all of those things. So there's a couple things that can go down with Venus's entrance in here. And again, this is from the Mesopotamian side of things. If, like she's going in there one way or another, she's going into the underworld. So we got to deal with it. We get to decide then, do we want it to be, is it going to be a time of mourning? Are we going to be conquering the underworld? Or are we going to be going in there to like learn the secrets and the mysteries of the universe? It's really, I think, however we want to do that. Speaking of, Nikki, I think I gathered that you were meditating again. How's that going for you?
Yeah, I have actually. And it was a real quick one, but wow. Like I'm struggling to ground, and it just boom, put me right in my place. I was like, wow, this feels so good. And it was a short meditation, but it was powerful. And I was like, oh, I remember why I like doing this now.
Yeah.
It's not a chore. It's like really good for me. So yeah, it's helped get, the messages through a little bit better too. Cause just kind of, I've been an emotional wreck, I guess. Just a lot of changes going on. And yeah, when I have a really shitty attitude, guys, I like to just isolate and be alone and try to get better and like think about things in a better light and just try to readjust. And it's kind of been a really funky readjustment period. And you'll hear people, they'll be like, oh, meditate. And it's just like, when you're in the middle of your shit, it's like, oh yeah, that's the answer to everything, isn't it? Just meditate. You get that really like shit attitude. And yeah, I was at my limit.
And then you meditate and you're like, oh yeah, this is actually the answer to all of my problems.
I do like this. Yeah. But I've always been I don't know, what do you call it? Just a rebel. Like, don't tell me
Rebellious,
what to do. Yeah, don't tell me what
like
to do,
as
even if
in
I'm asking
revolution
for.
astrology. Yeah, I picked
Yeah,
it up. I picked it up.
yeah.
Hi
That's
Bash, hi
typical.
Desiree. How you guys doing this morning? I was super late. Like I just got the video, like the live stream scheduled a couple of minutes before the call. So I think I don't know if people got notified or what. I actually thought Nikki might have forgot. I thought she went to a different like place today, but apparently
Oh my
not.
God.
So
Well, with all the
yeah.
technical issues I've had, I know I even Googled, I'm like, what is wrong with my camera? And I told him like what computer I have, and Google's AI is like, well, it must be you, basically, because you have like, and I'm like, yeah, buddy, I know. Like, what did I do? And it was just
Yeah.
some settings I clicked on.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
That's how it always goes. So
If you guys are
Hang tight.
watching like live, because if you're watching it later, we probably can't help you too much, but pop your natal placements in there and we'll take a look here and see if we can get you some info for the upcoming month. I do think now this is different, and Nikki, you know that depending on where stuff's at, we experience those things quite differently, and that goes for
we
everybody.
do.
Yeah, everybody's going to feel these things differently. It's kind of like if there's going to be a blizzard outside, you know, some people hate the cold, some people love it, some people are going to go snowboarding, other people are going to sit inside and, you know, drink hot cocoa and not leave their house. So we all respond differently to different things, and you guys got to kind of factor that in too. We talked a little bit about Mars being here in Virgo, probably like a week or two ago. I do think that this is going to intensify some more of what I was talking about with Mars and Leo, or not Mars and Leo, the new moon in Leo. It's going to project some of that energy out into the universe, and Mars in Virgo tends to be, in my experience, very it just increases the physical sensitivities, like pain threshold, not necessarily, but feeling the pain sometimes can be a lot more. I'm talking about physical pain in particular. Sometimes it can just be more emotional sensitivity. We're looking at the potential for hormonal fluctuations, mood swings. And again, you guys, it's going to really just depend on what you got going in your own chart, how much worse that makes. Now, we know from our last call last week, that all of our viewers seem to have a ton of Virgo. Like everybody's got something going on in Virgo.
Great. Yeah.
So I'm going to assume if you're watching this video, you probably do too, whether it's just you have it on like an important part of the horizon, or you actually have, you know, like there's stuff going on in there. You're probably all going to feel some of this too. So it's something to be aware of. Just make sure that you come detox, you know, you don't want to, this isn't the week to binge or month to binge. You want to kind of maybe take it easy on your body, get some rest, spend time with loved ones. And I'm not saying don't go anywhere, do anything, just be aware that you're maybe more sensitive than usual. If you're joining us now, we just got done talking about this Venus moving into Cancer. Could be good or bad. I think it's
Venus,
good. I think it's an opportunity.
Yeah, I agree, actually, because Venus is moving over Saturn's north node. Is that like, I believe that. Let me go back, because I was like, ooh, I gotta remember this. But yeah, Venus right now is like for the new moon, I believe, is going to be right on top of Saturn's north node. And you think about Saturn and you think about like karmic growth and, you know, maturity and responsibility, you know, making choices that are aligned with like your soul's life path. So, you know, and then you have Mars too, is right on top of Venus's south node. So I believe there's like this kind of connection between cutting away like past like life patterns, you know, shit that just doesn't seem to be working. The way you react to things, the way you do things just doesn't seem to be working anymore. I think Mars is helping cut away a lot of that unnecessary like connections, and it doesn't have to be with like people. It could be the way that you're reacting, the way you act towards things. You know, it could be psychological, and it could be physically people. You could just be done with a job. You could be done with a relationship. I mean, I feel like it's kind of showing us like, you know, the opening to a new life path with all of these heavy transits. So, and I'm still exploring the planetary nodes and how they work. I really only think that we see any type of influence unless there's a conjunction, but I'm still.
You mean with your natal?
No, well, and then that's real, like natal or even transit. I'm still exploring it. So I don't know. There's got to be some underlying themes, especially with these planets sitting on top of, you know, these other bigger players, planetary nodes. We look at the lunar nodes because, you know, that's our emotional patterns. It's all of that. But sometimes, I don't know why, but nobody's really looking at the planetary nodes. And I think those are important. I know they're generational, but in where they land is like where they're going to be, like Saturn and Neptune and Pluto and Uranus. Like those don't tend to move because those guys are slow movers. So yeah, I don't know. It's just something I'm still exploring and still playing with, but I'm wondering if it doesn't like resonate. So throwing it out there just cause I'm curious. I want to know more. I'm hoping somebody would chime in and be like, yeah, I like planetary nodes too. I look at those too. Oh,
I'm sure somebody does. We're already in like a new thing.
Yeah. And the lunar nodes are already tough to, you know, keep track of and what's going on with those and the, you know, collective emotional patterns we're all seeing. It's funny because we have mainstream astrology that's like, oh, like Pluto moved into Aquarius. We've got Uranus and Gemini. We have all this brand new energy. And that just falls flat. I mean, there is no brand new energy. What you're feeling is that North Node moving into Aquarius, which is futuristic. It's fresh. It's got a new vision. Like, I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough, it's a tough crowd out there. Especially if you're used to hearing things being like said in a certain way, is you can develop the story as you go, which is so weird to me. Like Uranus is definitely not in Gemini.
It's not.
Not yet.
And the spleen is not in the chest. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not.
I don't know why that one bothers me so much. I think it's because Taurus is so big and it's the and I know this isn't wrong to use like even 30-degree signs because these signs do melt into each other. You know, we have parts of Leo that definitely overlap, but I like with all the, this is 2025. We have all of this technology. We have all of this at our fingertips. We can see what the real sky looks like. We don't have to get out there on a clear night and wait for it to clear up just to see. Like we're blessed with all of this. So it just makes me sigh heavy that we still have to have these
real excuse
conversations. Anymore, no, there really isn't. And the gap between tropical and sidereal is getting wider and wider every single decade that goes by. And you're not going to be able to ignore it very much longer. No. I mean, if you do, I mean, good luck. I mean, but isn't that the whole point of all of these big, like, energies working, like just to open up our eyes and say, hey, like the past, the way we used to do shit traditionally just isn't working. Like it's time to break free and try something new and exciting.
Well, I do think that there's a shift happening, and I've seen it even over the last 10 years. So it's happening, and I think it will be exponential. And the ISAA, which if you guys don't know, SiderealInternational.org, go to the website, sign up for the newsletter, register for the event this year, the conference, September 27th. It's totally free. It is interactive. We want to hear from you. We're doing it for you guys. So like, come to it. Okay. Like come to it. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great. And like our accounts. We have an Instagram account, we have a Facebook account, we have an X account.
Nikki, send me all the ones that
yeah.
the Facebook stuff. I'll
Well,
put it in
I
the video
just
description.
Yeah, I just started an Instagram account.
I keep forgetting
and
about it.
I absolutely love the interaction between us and our followers and a lot of astronomers. I've been following astronomers, and they're getting a kick out of this. They're like, "Hey, what do you mean? You use astrology like with astronomy? Yeah, buddy. Like you got nothing else. You can't make fun of us anymore because it's real and it's we're on it." So
yes,
it's been really cool.
Bash's, who's in the chat right now, his birthday is April 1st.
Ooh,
and I believe
April
that's
1st. That's
one. So let me show you. Hold on. 4-1. Now, if you talk to the what are they called? Tropicalists. Yeah. Where do they say it is, Nikki?
It's going to be an Aries.
Okay. So they got you in Aries, but you're definitely not, as you can see from astronomy. And if you guys are new to the show, you may not know, you can see up here in the top right corner, this program is called Stellarium. It is planetarium software. It's open source, updated regularly, which I actually need to update mine. I have mine hooked up to like NASA's JPL laboratory and stuff. It's definitely science. Okay. So that we're not making this up. This is literally where stuff is at the time you're born. Now, I don't have his exact date or anything, but Bash, I don't want you to put that in the chat because we don't want people to get your information or anything. But as you can see here, the sun is right smack in the middle of this fish of Pisces. Now, I can tell you, first of all, now this is the Mesopotamian take. I cannot speak for Vedic. I can't speak for classical, Hellenistic, modern, Renaissance, none of it, okay? I have a very limited expertise, but it is expertise in that area. The sun in particular, the best way I like to describe it is it's kind of like, on the one hand, yes, it's going to be the energy that you're projecting out to the world. But it's also kind of like the stuff that people are going to talk about at your eulogy. Like, what do people remember about you? What was I don't want to say like the impact that you had, because we can see some of that with Jupiter too. But more like the warm, fuzzy stuff, all right? The light that you project. Now, what's interesting about this is that a lot of people project something completely different than they feel from themselves on the inside. So when we're looking at the sun sign, we have to take that into consideration and also understand, before I even tell you this, is that you're actually a whole, all right? It would be like if we're diagnosing some health issue. We wouldn't just want to look at your heart or just look at your foot. We'd want to look at the whole body, to get like a clear picture. So some of the stuff in your natal chart, which is where all the other planets are at the time you were born, may be counteracting some of this, but the sun's pretty strong. It's going to be pretty dramatic. So I don't know if you believe in reincarnation. I'm just going to assume that you do, because it's easier for me to communicate this in relation to karma. And I say karma, I don't mean that in any inherently good or bad way. I just mean like past life experience. So the chords of Pisces, without going into all of the mythology, which there definitely is a bunch in there, they very much relate to our karmic connections, our spiritual connections. A lot of times, strong Pisces in a chart is going to end up coming back with people that they like they're living karmic lives. They're here with their soul groups. They're here doing karmic stuff. And it's very tangible, very noticeable. They got a lot of weird things going on, synchronicities. They're usually naturally pretty intuitive, pretty psychic. Now, there's some myths that go back to this, and I won't bore you with all of those. But a lot of the stereotypical Pisces stuff does kind of hold true. The only thing that does not appear in the Sumerian and Mesopotamian system, we don't get all that negativity that we now see associated with Pisces. You hear a lot of people are like, oh, Pisces are really flighty and just kind of like got their head in the clouds. And they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground is basically what they're getting to, which is nonsense. This is love, devotion, fertility, bounty, like wanting to share and give. There's a lot of myths in here, a lot of archetypal adoptions that take place. Sometimes that's real people. Sometimes that's like adopting friends and finding yourself in a position where you want to like take care of them or nurture them. And generally speaking, it's a very altruistic placement. Now, depending on where the sun is in the sky along the horizon at the time you were born, it could take longer for this to come to fruition. Excuse me. So In Mesopotamia, when we look at the sky, we're looking at the beneath the horizon as kind of like the underworld, even though that's a bad translation. I won't bore you with all of that. But what that means is that as the planets move through the sky at night, they go from east to west. And as they're doing that, this is like their nightly journey, so to speak, and then they're having their underworld journey down here. Well, if your sun's down here beneath the horizon, that just means that it's going to take a little while before a lot of those traits really come to the forefront, or come, like you start to see them more. So if you have like parts of this, that haven't totally shown up, like you don't feel like you're super generous, you don't feel super psychic, don't panic. It could just be that it takes a little bit longer for it to come to the forefront, but you definitely have it in you, and this life is very significant for you, whether you want it to be or not. That's just how it shows up. So Nikki, do you want to give them your take on it?
Oh my God, you pretty much covered it though. I mean,
there's a lot of overlap.
Yeah, I mean, I was told I was an Aries like most of my life, and I didn't really resonate. I'm like, look, I'm not. I mean, I have some masculine traits, obviously. I mean, I can be a little bossy and a little crazy, but I mean, I just didn't feel it. I just didn't feel it at all. And yeah, I mean, my sun is in Pisces along with Vesta and Aries, and it's been quite an intense journey. I mean, I think Pisces can be very, very feely, very, very much empathic, and you feel things before you know them. And it's really, it can be a really intense placement. It can be sad too, because it's sad knowing things. It's sad, knowing things that you can't talk about, that you can only like really feel. It's definitely interesting. Pisces, it's mysterious. It can be quite annoying too, being a Pisces. So you're like, why do I feel this way? Why am I like this? But when I started using the real sky and I saw it, I was like, oh, that just makes so much more sense now. So hopefully that helps you out. You're like, oh wow, like I'm not an Aries. No. I actually met a hardcore Aries. I have a new coworker, and we were talking, and I was like, dude, like Aries placements are constant, like sex playing in the background. I'm telling you, that's what it is. You're like, it's like you're just watching it, and you can still go on with your day. You can still like have a normal life, but that's like your background music. And he was like, holy shit. How do you know that? I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I'm just read it in a book, I guess.
It's creative energy. That's what it is. That's the most raw creative portion of the entire zodiac. And I can vouch for the background.
Like background music. Yeah.
Yep. It's there.
It's normal. It's just normal. Like it's not even not normal. It's just there. Yeah.
Bash said that's wild you mentioned that. I've always been lumped in with the Aries crowd, and that sounds a lot closer to whom I'm becoming in my late 30s. I relate to every word both of you have said. So I have found that between the ages of 35 to 40, and again, we won't know because we haven't seen how your chart looks, but sometimes it takes like that 10-year window for any planets beneath the horizon to really start to become more noticeable. I don't know why that's the transition period. And I know it's wide, but that's because it happens a little bit differently for everybody.
No, I totally am living that. So I totally agree with that. A lot of those planets, a lot of those talents, those things that are laying underneath the horizon, when you hit your midlife, like mid-30s, those things start coming up, those start popping up. New talents, new discoveries, like just new everything. You're like, hey, wait a minute. Like you finally kind of come into your own. You're just developing as an adult, as a human. It's a leveling up of sorts. It's really cool. Desiree says, what about the aspects to Black Moon Lilith, asteroid Lilith, Uranus, plus the trine moon Chiron? So, okay. A couple months ago, I got all pissed off about Chiron because I'm like, what? If they discovered that in 1977, they were just like, oh, it's galloping. Like, it just sounded like a kind of a bullshit story. So I I was like, well, I'm not going to follow that until I learn more. But I've been keeping track of my own, transits and whatever. And I have that Eris Chiron right in between my natal sun and my Mercury Mars. So that intense psychological like healing, like to the like 100th millionth degree is totally there. I don't follow Black Moon Lilith or Asteroid Lilith, but if it's a trine aspect, it's definitely a good time to dig deep into those healing psychological processes. Like it kind of turns into a bit of a mind fuck after a while if you get too lost in it. Just focus on the healing part. Focus on the parts that need healing versus digging it all up and like looking at all of it like, oh, what is all this? Just focus on what you can control. That would be my best advice. But that placement right there, that's a tough one. The Chiron and Eris. I follow Eris because I definitely feel it and see it in my own personality, my chart, everything. So you add Chiron in there, and I think it does have a lot to do with healing. I think it does have a lot to do with stepping into your own abilities, your own talents to teach, to show others. Chiron taught all of the masters, all of the, heroes that went off on journeys and, did badass shit. So I feel like Chiron is definitely connected to that, but I can't prove it. I can't prove any of that yet. But I do feel it. So yeah, that's what I get out of that, Desiree. But she said she would be right back. So
The
Chiron, the Black Moon Lilith, the Asteroid.
Yeah.
And I don't really follow that because I don't know. I just have all these other like dark ladies that I love in the sky.
I haven't found. Okay. So I will preface this with, I haven't done too much research into it. Namely because the initial associations and just things that offhand people say that they do have not borne out, and they just don't show up. So one of the things you can do when you're testing, and everybody should, if you're into astrology, you should be testing some of these placements. Obviously, your own chart is the first place to do it because you know yourself better than you know anybody else. So you're going to be able to do that. But after that, you want to start looking at your friends, your family, anybody who will give you a chart. But you have to start looking at, okay, what is what they're telling me? So Uranus is a good one. We can use that one. Everybody's like, Uranus is going to destroy everything that it touches. I mean, I'm generalizing, obviously. Okay.
Dude, you're right, though. I mean, if you get online and you just start Googling shit, I mean, they get a little too wild with Uranus. They're like, oh my God, he's going to burn down all the villages.
Yes.
Create chaos wherever he goes. And it's more, I think it's more enlightenment. I think, with Uranus, you get more of like a aha moment, like in a.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. I like your interpretation of Uranus being a partnership planet, though. And there was another older astrologer that I was just reading, and I don't know where the book went, but he was saying something really similar about Uranus being a partnership planet.
Who was?
It was Stephen Urayo.
Shut up.
Yeah,
I thought I was the only one.
No, I can't find. Obviously, I'm not going to find it, but it's in this Astrology, Karma, and Transformation book. He spends a lot of time talking about the outer planets, and I absolutely love that author. When I was sick, when I was absolutely down and out, like I didn't think I was going to survive on my couch, I'm reading one of his books and he's talking about using astrology and becoming a clinical astrologer. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to create that. Like because being a hairstylist, I was basically a therapist. I don't want to go to school for 10 years to learn how to give people medication. Like I actually want to help them, and they don't need pills. Okay. They need interaction. They need people. So he really inspired this journey, even the ISAA. I'm like, look, this this guy was onto something. So yeah, he's a really talented. I don't even know if he's dead or alive. I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, that's cool. If you come across it again, please, because I'll take all the backup I can get, because so far I feel like I'm the only one who's putting that out there. But just so you guys know, like the way I came up with that information in the first place was I tested everything. Okay. I'm a data junkie, and I've tested. If they say, this planet does this, well, I'm going to either prove it or disprove it right now. Yeah. And we've done that a ton of times on the show too. But, so Uranus, going back to it being a good example, if they say, well, Uranus is going to be the harbinger of all things terrible, let's actually look in your chart to see if it holds true. Now, if it does, fine, no problem. Now let's look at another 5 charts, see if, if it's there in all 5 of them. Now, in my opinion, if something's true, it's going to be true 100% of the time. If something's not true, okay, even 90%, that means that there's at least a slight issue. If we're getting 90% accuracy, we probably just need to tweak it a little bit to figure out what's really going on. So the way that you do it is you look at the overlapping patterns in people's charts, and you get down to, what's really going on here. We'd be here all day if I really tried to explain all this stuff.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though.
Basically, you can't just take somebody's word for it. And that seems to be what's going on with the Liliths. Okay. Somebody named them Lilith, and then they got their associations based on that. Just like Uranus got its associations, at least in part, on the god Uranus. Same thing with Neptune, Pluto, to a large extent, the god of the underworld. So we got a lot of underworld associations.
And there's been a movement going around for a while since Richard Tarnas released a thesis paper on Uranus being more like, acting more like Prometheus. Cares about humanity, cares about the direction of humanity. You have these like flashes of genius and insight.
Oh, okay. I can see that. I would definitely get behind that before some of that.
More like impulses of independence, and rebellion, but against like, authority and that type of stuff, So I like that. I love that, actually. Because, who the hell was Uranus in regular myth anyway? He like totally doesn't even have any stories. He's just
he does. That was
the Greeks don't really give him a whole lot. They're just like, yeah, this is the guy who was schlepping Gaia, and she was like, yeah, I'm just like so done with this. And Saturn's like, oh, I'll just like cut his dick off, and like that's I don't know. I'm getting it mixed up with Saturn, and like the Greek stuff is so weird, isn't it? I'm having a fever dream right now.
Yeah. I
don't know which one's which.
Crazy. If I'm not mistaken, Uranus is essentially, hold on, now I'm like.
Yeah, like Enki, right?
No.
Hold on. No, sorry, I'll let you finish.
Hold on, let me ask ChatGPT. What was Uranus's thing? Because now I'm confused. I'm like, wait a second.
Well, I like Prometheus. I like the whole like Prometheus thing. So I just think about that. And I just forget about everything else.
Yeah, he's the father of the Titans. Yeah, he hated some of his children, which doesn't make sense, but okay.
They were like, these kids are too loud. We need to get rid of them. I think
Cronus ambushed okay, so Cronus is his son. That's right. And Uranus, Cronus ambushed Uranus and castrated him. And separating, they had a lot of castration going on in their midst. That was a really big fear apparently that they had. Separating this guy from the earth, ending Uranus's direct rule. So he was just a dick. Like that's just a really nice way of saying Uranus is a dick, and if he's in your chart, he's doing something bad. Okay. But the Greek myths suck, you guys. I know that's mean. I know. Well, I'm so biased. Also factor that in, you guys. I'm so super biased. Like they suck.
Well, the Greek myths were mean. Some of them were just real, like they didn't really make sense. They were just really like fever dreams. Really weird. Yeah. And did they know about Uranus? Did they know about Neptune and Pluto at that time? I mean, is there any astronomical evidence? Is there any evidence at all that they knew about that? Because Because they only
No, they'd have
used,
wrote it down.
like,
They'd
the
have for
sun
sure wrote it.
through
They'd have
Saturn.
written it
Yeah,
down.
absolutely.
So
These
are
are just associations that people gave these planets when they were discovered, and we just
what happened? Well, yeah, the outer planets.
like,
Yeah,
okay,
somebody named them at random, and if they would have gotten named, what's the
Harry,
one?
Larry,
What's
and Mo.
or like what's the one? The guy who banged his mom. Which one's Oedipus? Yeah,
Oedipus,
if they'd have named it Oedipus, Uranus would be all about like you really have these Freudian,
You really love your mom
feelings
a
towards your
lot.
mom or dad or whatever. That's how they do it, and it's crazy. This is not science, okay? That's not science. That's not even pseudoscience.
That was an effed up
ridiculous.
hero's journey. That was like the weirdest story I remember reading as a kid. I'm like, oh, this is going somewhere, right? Oh,
I like those ones. Those ones are much more interesting because
They
they have like deeper psychological parallels as opposed to like just wanting to bang a goose because it's like the
yeah.
most beautiful goose that I've ever seen. Like, shut up. What's
Oh,
going
right.
on here?
I know. Or like the cow. Like, look at that magical cow.
Yeah,
You have a suit, so
that cow
I'll
is
love it.
smoking hot. Yes,
I
yes.
guess,
If you guys don't know, we're talking about
they
Greek
weren't into
mythology.
kink-shaming, I guess.
It's just as bad as we're making it sound, probably much worse. Hi Triton. Okay, Bash said if I wanted to accurately study, if I want accurate study material, where would be a good place to start? I'm also assuming cafe astrology is out of the question. Yeah, I do think that. See, I don't know if they run, if they have like a sidereal astrology chart calculator. I know there are some out there somewhere. Here's the thing, okay, is that depending on the tradition that you are wanting to learn about, the information varies wildly. So like the ISAA, we're developing a curriculum right now. It's basically, it teaches you all three of the major. Now we're lumping them in. It's not meant to be a specialization. Western, Mesopotamian, and Vedic astrology. This is the type of thing where you'll have all the information you need to decide which one you gravitate towards most, and then you can start to specialize and go forth from there. But in the meantime, until that exists, you kind of have to decide what route you want to go now before you start digging into the information, because it's completely different. I say completely different. There's definitely overlap in all of them. Obviously, the Western and classical information, the standard astrology stuff, is going to be you're going to have easy access to it. So that might be a good place to start. As far as where you go for it, you just have to remember that they're taught most of the time, like astrologers are talking about the wrong placements. They're not looking at the sky. They're a full like sign off, basically. But Nikki, where would somebody go if they wanted to learn? If you want to learn Mesopotamian, my site's definitely the place to go. If you want to learn Vedic, I can't help you. Gary O'Toole's he's got good resources. He has courses, timelineastrology.com, I believe. As for Western, what do you think, Nikki?
Well,
Western.
My best advice is to learn what all of the zodiac signs, like 12, you can even learn a fucus, the 13th, sign. There's a bunch of constellations the moon will actually touch. So, how far you want to dig into that, but learn those and learn what the meaning is. I like
in which
books.
case cafe astrology probably has that information.
Yeah, and they have the basic stuff. So this chart interpretation handbook is like one that everybody should have, and it's very basic. And he's not telling you what to think or how to do. He tells you how to do it, but it's very basic. Like Taurus ascendant, boom, you'll have that in there. You'll have it's like the cheapest book you're going to find on Amazon too. It's like $12. So hopefully you can find it. You might even find it cheaper on like thrift books or something like that. But it's good to have a guide, and then it's so cheap. Like this one I wrote in, it's got all of everything in it, and it's very basic. And I think that's where it's good to start, because then you can come up with things on your own. You don't have to read a book that tells you, this is what it means, because you're going to see that it's connected to other things. It's good to just learn that on your own and your own interpretation of it. Like Leo, how does Leo show up for you? Start there. But yeah, online.
Well, you got to figure out where your planets are and stuff. Like, so,
yeah.
this program, like I said, this is astronomy. So they have one. They have a web application too, or like on for your phone. I don't really like it. I like the download. So if you got like a PC, I think it runs on Mac too. That'll give you the most accurate information. It's basically what we're looking at right now.
Yeah.
You can put your time of birth. So yeah, sorry, Nikki, go ahead.
There are a bunch of websites though that you can check out, like Mastering the Zodiac. They have
you know, that's right. He's got a chart calculator.
Yeah. And then there's our website too, Sidereal International. We have blog posts on there so you can read about what these placements mean, like full moon, new moon. We have, journaling, a bunch of stuff. So I would start with some of our professional members' websites because they put out some really, really good content, you guys.
I'll grab a link and I'll stuff it in there.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, we have some really talented folks who have come up with amazing, like, articles, stuff that you want to just go on their websites and read about. So I would definitely start there, especially if you want a sidereal based journey. You're going to get that from all of these other folks who've been doing it. And you'll find that they'll relate the actual, like, historicalness of these aspects in what's going on. Like in tropical, they're whole degrees off. So when they're talking about Uranus and Taurus, like, at that time we were in World War II. They have it in like Gemini. I don't know. They totally don't have it right.
Yeah, they're making it up. They just lie.
Yeah. So when you're trying to read about historical things and where these, big generational shifts were, you're not even getting the correct dates. I could just put out a list of the correct astronomical Pluto dates on our social media. It's important to know those things. It's important for an astrologer to just be able to have those tools to grab and be like, okay, where was Pluto at, between 1988 and 2007? Like, whatever you're looking at.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would start there, start with some of our professional members. Like that book, Guidelines for Understanding the Essentials of a Birth Chart by Stephen Aurora. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that guy. So definitely, you could just even Google the AI guy's pretty okay. He's
like ChatGPT.
No, not even ChatGPT. Just like Google AI response. They'll just grab from all of the different websites. Like if you're like, oh my God, what does Mars mean in Taurus? You can get a quick couple of words that are descriptive, and you're like, okay. It's not going to give you the whole concept. It's just going to give you.
It'll get you started. It'll get you an idea of what's going on. Just
totally
be aware that as your knowledge increases, you'll start to find that those generic responses and stuff, it's actually not as accurate. It's okay to start with. It's a good place to at least get an idea. The most important thing I would imagine though is to literally just look at the sky, and then because you could technically now I don't want to call it a theory. I have a personal philosophy. I believe that astrology is a spiritual practice. It is a form of connecting to the divine. And that is the right that every single person has. Now, we know, Bash, by looking at your birthday, that you already have powerful natural intuition, psychic ability, however you want to call it. So technically, you could, in theory, and this goes to anybody out there, really, as long as you know where your natal placements are, you can look at those things and you can start to track them and see how they're affecting you over time. And you could probably come up with some theories on your own of what they do. But again, it becomes the same process. When you start to branch out, you want to see how they're affecting other people too. A good example is, if you guys weren't here when Mars was in Gemini, Nikki had a very rough Mars in Gemini. I was rocking it. It was like I was just in the zone. It was amazing. So different placements affect people differently, depending on what's going on with the transit. So, but yeah, I think those are all good options for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I found that I am just obsessed with evolutionary astrology. I want to know where I came from. I want to know what I'm doing here. I'm just one of those people, and sometimes I wonder why nobody else is. Like, what, like, don't you think about it? Like, where did I come from? I just like landed here, and I've got a body, and I'm experiencing emotions. Like, the fuck? Like, sometimes it's weird, and you're like, and maybe it's a Pisces thing, maybe it's just the weirdness of all of that. But it has me constantly thinking about it. Like, what's going on? What did I do in my last life to have to deal with this now? Like, it's nuts. So like, I think if that's your path, if that's what you're wanting to learn, like, dig a little bit into that, dig a little bit into evolutionary astrology.
Yeah, listen to your intuition.
Yeah. It starts with like Pluto and the house placement just shows you what your actual like lessons are, like what you chose to concentrate on when you came here and landed on Earth, so just start there and see if it resonates. That's all you can really do is just explore and play. Like, I loved Vedic astrology. I was like, oh my God, listen to these guys. Okay. They sound like the ultimate gurus, like sometimes Vedics are just like, oh my God, like, where did you get this from? And sometimes it's really super fatalistic. And it's like I just couldn't really, it was so imbalanced to me. Like, oh, Venus will cancel out this goodness and Jupiter, and then like fire and brimstone will rain down on you. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, to be fair, we don't know.
Like,
we're looking at Vedic from like an outsider, and we don't.
Oh
like,
yeah,
it's
definitely.
like listening to somebody speak a different language. We don't actually know what's going on.
Yeah,
we're hoping at some point maybe we could get like a third co-host who would want to like just handle the Vedic side of things for us. Because we don't know, we're just
it's very interesting. It's very, very cool, and I think their techniques are like some of them are just spot on. Like, how? Wow, that's crazy. But it's not something that I really quite understood when I first got into astrology and started digging around. Obviously, I found my flow and evolutionary, but other people may be like totally drawn to Vedic, and I totally dig it. Like, I know why. It's mysterious and cool. And all those nakshatras. Sounds like one of these chakras. Are my nakshatras like aligned? I don't know.
Definitely not the same. Definitely not the same.
Not the same, but that's what I think of.
Hi, Trayton. Trayton says, I had a rough Mars in Gemini, mostly because it was in my 12th house. So that's going to be your Mesopotamian first. It'd be interesting to see what else was going on in there. Sprout Queen, happy hump day, everyone. Jumped on 10 minutes ago, so didn't hear the first 45 minutes. Been a trying week since Sunday with health of my cat and overwhelmed with how much I need to get done. What's up? Sending love and healing for your cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, major allergies with environment, food. Been a tough go the past 6 months. Be interesting.
No.
Nobody really has their pets' birthdays, like their actual birth, because like depending on, unless you bred it yourself or you have like your dog or cat has papers or something, you don't usually know. It'd be interesting to see because as we were talking about early in the show, like, this is a sensitivity season, at least again, my take on it. So it could be rough for.
I did look up my cat's natal chart, actually.
Do you have his real date of birth?
I don't have his real date of birth. I have like an area of
like a window.
I have like a window to go off of, and the sun is like right in between Aries and Taurus, and like he's something. He is moody. But his Venus is in Pisces, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how.
July 1st, 2017. Okay, let me see here. I didn't delete it. Message deleted, but I did not delete it. I think that that was an automatic thing. Okay, hold on. What did I just say? July. I already forgot. 2017.
July 17th.
July. What is that?
July 1st or what was? I'm so sorry. Now I'm just throwing. Yeah, July 1st, 2017. Right? Is that it?
Yeah, I think you said the 1st, right? Just put a 1 or a whatever. It's July 2017, whatever that is, while we're waiting. Hi Trish, no worries. Happy birthday to fellow Leo sun babies. I'm August 21st. Happy birthday!
Yeah,
Almost
happy
your birthday.
birthday. Oh, the day
Yeah,
after the
for
new
sure.
moon. Ooh, I wonder if something exciting's gonna happen. Yeah. Any like surprise birthday parties? I mean, we're at an age now where we make our own, right? I've never had anybody do a surprise birthday party for me. Maybe once.
It sounds stressful. Okay, so
yeah, it is.
No, I'm not the pet expert here. And if this is even the date that you said, oh wait, I can view the deleted message because I'm a boss. Hold on, let me see here. Let me see. July 1st. All right, so this is for the cat. This is not for right, cat? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So here it is. This is yeah. So this is all, and I'm translating into tantric territory here, but this is all heart chakra information here, crammed into Gemini. It's kind of like a way to summarize it. But a strong Gemini often comes with well, it basically, if things go awry, it can become autoimmune issues. But because Mars is here, we're looking at potential issues for like all kinds of sensitivities. The good news is, though, is that, and I don't recommend this for everyone or every creature, but energetic work, actually, positive touch therapy, things, I don't know if I do acupuncture necessarily, but there are like more, what would we call those, like woo healing modalities that might actually do like have a bigger impact. I don't know if that's something that you've tried or considered, whether that is, you know, like chakra balancing or biofield tuning, massage, like prayer. The cool thing with this placement, the bad side is the autoimmune sensitivities, which they cascade into all kinds of other problems at times. So if there's toxicity in the food, like over the long term, that can, you know, build up into something else. But the good news is there's room in here for miraculous healing, which not everybody gets, but like overnight type of stuff. So I would consider it. I don't think it's going to hurt. Venus over here, close to the Pleiades, probably pretty sensitive. Again, emotionally, but that emotion can bleed over into the physical side of sensitivity too. Let's see. I don't know. It looks like the moon is here in Spica, Jupiter in Spica. Health and wealth issues. We can probably scrap the wealth issues with the cat, so we probably don't have to worry about him having to get a job and stuff. Hopefully not. But otherwise, like set up for a long, happy, healthy life. Just gotta deal with some of those sensitivities. I can tell you, strong Virgo in a chart, at least for humans, usually ends up with grain sensitivities at some point, digestive issues, food allergies. Like it happens at some point. So more red meat and animal fats usually seems to do the trick there. Saturn here in Ophiuchus. I think that's good too. This is another sign that like more energetic healing, even like meditation on your part. You doing more physical healing, there's probably more of an emotional and empathic connection there. So it could be that issues are bleeding over into, you know, your cat's health too. Also a possibility. So yeah, I'm not the pet astrology expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I definitely put them out there.
I do see the Venus and Taurus, and that just tells me a more natural diet, like cans of like chicken, cans of like tuna, you know, those types of things for your cat, especially if they're having like food allergy issues. So that's what I've had to do in the past with cats I've had that were just sick, and there's like literally no explanation. Sometimes they chew on our house plants, and that's what's making them sick too. So you gotta be really careful about what you have around the house. Sometimes like my cat would go out and chew on the grass, like right after they just got done spraying the neighbor's yard. And I'm like, oh, they just blew all that, like the wind blew it over. You don't know if he's eating that or not. But there's been times my cats were so sick with stomach stuff, I've had to force dropperfuls of like milk down there. And I don't recommend doing this, but it gets whatever's in their gut out. And I think about it like if they always tell you if like your child ingest poison to like make them drink milk.
Make them vomit.
It helps make them vomit. Like, I'm not saying do that to your cat, but I mean, if you'll know if they got into something and it's not like allergy.
It sounds like it's more of a longer term. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be like an allergy to wheat and what's in the food. We don't really know what they put in our pets' food. Like,
no.
Really know. That's why I try to stick with like canned stuff. That's why my guy's so freaking big, because he does both. He's like pit bull size. He made me feed him 3 times this morning.
He made me.
Well, because he kept guiding me, and I'm like, Nikki, what do you want? I'm trying to get
to the kitchen. Feed me now.
I love him, so I'll do whatever he wants me to do.
That's the moon in Capricorn. I'll do whatever you tell me. I will feed you all the times.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. I'm devoted.
To my own and your detriment, I will feed you all the time.
I'm an enabler. Oh no.
I switched my dogs to carnivore about 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know. I tried switching my cats too, and I was ready to roll. I breed mice and rats, so I can make the full carnivore diet for cats without too much of an issue. But my cats were not having it. They did not want any meat, any semblance of real food. They wanted the kibble. I don't know. My cats from Michigan, they were like savage. They would steal the food right out of your mouth if you had something good. They'd even eat bread, like just lettuce. Like they didn't care. They were like real cats. These cats are pampered and they weren't having any of it. So I think if I tried to switch their, put them on carnivore, they'd probably starve to death. Trish is bringing my good camera to a hot air balloon festival on my birthday weekend. So I can take some cool pictures and then frame them. It sounds like you're always doing something cool, like all the time. Meanwhile,
Leo's super cool.
Well, that's probably what yes, Leo, it does seem like you get the adventures, but also the home comfort. Like it's a nice combo. You're not just all adventure and all comfort. It's like it's a nice mix in there.
What did you do for your birthday this last year? You?
Me?
Yeah. No hot air ballooning? No.
My best birthdays are the ones where I can stay home and everyone leaves me alone and I can just write. That's probably what I did on my birthday. I think we did go to like a restaurant or something. I'm already free. So we have a lot of Virgos in the chat. I know we do. Or probably even watching this video if you made it this far. I don't know if you guys feel this, but I got to go on vacation. Okay, sarcastic air quotations, for a full day and a half. Okay, I'm going to be spending the nights or like 2 nights at my mother-in-law's. And I'm already like, I just want to be home. I don't want to go. Like, I just don't want, like, I just want to be home, So any Virgos out there, if you guys know what that's like, let me know. Trish said he made dinner and I ended. Oh, wait, what was that? I missed one. Hold on. I did a full moon release bonfire, 8/8, released attachment to a soul connection. I remember you telling us about that a little bit. And the baby we lost, very sorry for your loss. My car broke down 8/16, 8/17. The person I released called me after 8 months of no contact. That does happen. He made dinner and I ended up in his t-shirt. So, oh God.
Somebody doesn't have any issues with her mojo missing.
Hey, didn't you say that Venus was opposite, like it's coming opposite with Pluto? Because that's the type of thing that I would look for.
Yeah.
That is the type of thing
it is
for sure.
Ooh.
Yes. We know you love vacation, Abby. Have you started? Yeah, I don't. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh God. I mean, I'm not really freaking out. I'm just going to go. I'm going to sit on the beach. I don't care if it rains. I'm going to sit on the beach. I say beach. It's like a lake, you guys. It's not like anything. I'm not going to the Black Sea. Alice seems to think that we're going all the way to the Black Sea, and that's not the case. It's just like a 4-hour drive south. But I'm just going to meditate, and I'm going to chill out, and I'm not going to do anything. And I'll be ready to come home and sleep on my own floor instead of my mother-in-law's floor. So that'll be good.
You are such a savage. You're like, I sleep on the floor, Nikki.
I do sleep on the floor. I'm like,
I tried sleeping on my couch and that hurts. I'm like, like I woke up all like effed up. Well, I haven't been working out, I haven't been doing anything. I'm losing all my muscle tone and I hurt myself just working out, pushing it too hard. And it's been months.
You gotta go slow.
Yeah, and then it turns out I can't just like sleep on my couch either. So I have to have a fluffy, nice bed. I'm like that Princess P story where does she feel the pee underneath all those mattresses? Yeah, I do. I have to have a comfy bed. Dude, I tried though. I'm like, if I can't even sleep on my couch, how am I gonna sleep on the ground? I've tried.
Yeah, I don't.
It's not comfy. I wake up and I'm like, dead.
I bought a mattress that was basically like, it was the hardest mattress that they had.
Yeah, I like a hard mattress, but it's got to be a little fluffy. It's firm.
I don't know. I still didn't.
I can't sink into it.
I like sleeping on the floor better for some reason, and I don't know. I think there's a element to it too of when you get up in the middle of the night because you got to pee, having to like pick your big ass up off the floor and like go to the bathroom. Like I think it helps with mobility and just generally like it was really hard the first couple of months because I got a big ass, you guys. I know you can't see it, but the Sagittarius stereotype holds true. Okay, I got it. So like it's hard sometimes to get off the ground. But I was doing it and I got better at it and I just right off the ground at any old time. So
dude, I for sure didn't want to sleep in my room last night. I was like, I'm just gonna crash on the couch. The cat was fucking mad at me. When I did finally go to bed, he's laying like right in the middle up top and he's looking at me like, oh, now you want.
Sounds like your cat thinks that you're in some relationship, like Greek mythology style. Okay. And like, he's like, what, Nikki?
Yeah, he does.
It's time to come to bed. Like,
yeah, he gets mad. He herds me. He's like, okay, now this is what we're gonna do. But like this morning when I was getting ready for the show, you guys, there was the biggest, ugliest, fucking brown ass spider on my wall. Like huge. Like I took a video of it because I was like, I gotta. But I was swearing so much, I was like, I'd better not post this. I might get.
You took a video?
Yeah, because it looked like it could jump. It was
probably, yeah. Why did you
really? I killed it. I was like I was like gonna video record me killing it, but I was afraid it was gonna jump at me as I was like killing it because I was recording. I'm like, I've seen those videos.
Yeah, I have too.
It's not gonna be me. So I threw my phone away and I grabbed and I was like, I'm coming for you. And then I screamed because I killed him, and he splattered all over the place. And he was that big. He splattered, and like my entire like complex had to have heard me scream because I was like,
was it like a wolf spider?
I've never seen anything like it. Okay. Like I've never seen anything like it. And I was like, are these the brown lacrosse, the poison ones? I don't know.
Probably not.
I just don't like them.
They don't get super big.
Well, this looked like it crawled out of hell, and it was like, hey, I'm just its baby. Like, you don't even know where my mom is. So now I'm scared. I'm going to vacuum that entire room later and like seal up the windows. I don't know what else to do. I don't know. I don't know. How did you get in here? And why, like, were you crawling on my mouth when I was sleeping?
You'd have felt it. That's one of the nice.
Why I don't want to be in there.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about living here in Russia. I could never sleep on my floor in Michigan. For sure. Like there's like no matter what you do, there's always spiders. And you will feel they will crawl on you, and it's oh god. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's something about I found the very first I've lived in this apartment like 10 years. And I saw my very first wolf spider in the house. And it was like this big. It was a teeny little tiny thing. And I just caught it and put it outside and stuff. But I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. Like that's the first time I've only seen 3 spiders in my house, and they've all happened. Most of them happened this month. And you know why? Because my mom is terrified of spiders, and she's getting ready to move to Russia with me. So that's I know.
I was thinking about your mom. It was like yesterday, and I'm like, I gotta ask Abby what the heck is going on. I haven't seen her in forever, and I was wondering what's going on. Yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah,
dude, Abby's mom is super cool. We did a show with her mom, so you gotta watch it.
She told us all about her alien encounters, her demon Steve, which apparently she did bring to Georgia. She put him in a bottle. And I guess he's not happy because she let him out, and he broke the air conditioner a couple of times, and then flooded the kitchen, and she put them back in the bottle. So there's that. She's also like a master medium. So if you guys need one of those, I can put you in touch with her. Yeah, that's she's pretty cool, and she'll have fun here too. She loves it here. She did come. Did you come twice?
She said she.
I think she came twice. Yeah, she came twice, and she loved it. Trish says, I'm at the point where I can't kill spiders anymore, but I can't have them in my home, so I trap them and put them outside. Yeah, me too. I started to feel real bad. At one point, I'm like, okay, I got to get over my spider fear. And so I caught a wolf spider, a giant one. It was huge. And I put it in a mason jar. I built it a little habitat, and I set it on my desk. And I like forced myself to look at this thing like all the time. And it really drives it home. Like, it's a little creature. It's got like a little face. It's got little eyes. And it's not just, so it like really made the connection that when I was looking at him before, I'm like, this is a super villain, and it's going to like totally, I'm not worried about getting bit by him. I'm worried about it touching me or like jump scares. Like, I don't want the jump scare running out from under the couch or something. Because I'm not afraid of tarantulas. I have a tarantula, and she's adorable. Her name's Fuzzy Butt because she's a little fuzzball. But like, they're just different. It's just different. So it really did help a lot. So I'm with you too. Like, I can't kill them anymore. I gotta.
Oh, not me. Them. Like, I felt threatened. I was like, we're
gonna die. And that's how it used to feel.
Die. I don't know. Like, one time my cat was being attacked outside my window, and it was like 2 a.m, and I could hear him just screaming. And this was a different cat that I had, and I like jumped up out of bed and I ran outside, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill whatever is killing my cat. And I just woke up and was like, and I just charged towards whatever the shadow that was on my cat, and it ran away. And I remember just getting yelled at, like, what were you doing? What do you think was going to happen? I was like, I was going to kick it like a football. Okay. I was going to grab it and break its neck because it was hurting my cat. Yeah. So I have these breakneck reflexes where I'm just like, no, I'll protect my cat. I'm going to protect myself. Yeah, I do the Hulk smash stuff. Yes. Yes. Well, not anymore. I'm kind of grown up now. I don't know. Ask
we still have it in us when we need it. Trish said that spider was definitely teabagging you in your sleep, Nikki.
I hope not. Oh, that's probably the most action I've gotten in a year, though. Maybe you can help me find. Well, it can't help me find my mojo anymore.
He smushed it.
Smush. Bye-bye. You.
Yes.
Oh yeah! Congratulations. Yes. Dude, I am so excited for your mom to move to Russia. What brought that on? Was she like, oh, you know what? It's time. She dude, when we talked to her like months and months ago, she was like, oh yeah, that's what's gonna happen. She was like, I'm moving.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's wanted to for a long time, but I think
it's really hot in Georgia. It's like muggy and like it's hot in the south.
Yeah.
Like
I live there too. I don't know how anyone does it. I don't know. I lived in Mississippi. I lived in Florida. I lived in Texas for a short span of time. But that's like dry, and I don't know. That's not good either. But I also lived in Georgia for like 2 years or something.
How did you like survive?
I had to. I was in the military. I didn't have a choice. So, but like, you don't go outside. But you can say that about Florida too. Like, you don't go outside in Florida. Nobody who lives in Florida has a tan because they don't go outside. They're like, it's too hot. Like, only tourists.
Yeah. I know. I went to Florida once and I got sick. I was sick the entire time. I had
that's right.
sun poisoning. And I called my mom. I'm like, I'm so sick. She's like, oh yeah, I went to Miami once. I ended up in the hospital because it just felt like I was in a microwave. It turns out we just can't go to Florida. I'm like, well, why didn't you say that? Why didn't you tell me that? She's like, because you just seem so excited.
Yeah.
It was awful.
We didn't know if it was going to affect you too.
I felt like I was in a microwave the entire time. Like, it didn't matter if I was sitting in a building and in like air conditioning. I had to literally just put ice packs on me all over.
That's not good.
It was just the most weirdest sensitivity issue I've ever had. And I've traveled everywhere. I've been to, United States anyway, Colorado, West Coast, like California, Phoenix, like been to all these different places.
Have you looked at it astrologically?
Oh, like,
wait, didn't we look at it? I feel like I looked at it with you at some point.
Maybe we did. I don't know.
That stuff shows up to some extent. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to have to. I want to do some astrocartography because
hopefully I don't crash my computer though. Hold on. Let me see.
I really want to move out of Green Bay. I really want to leave. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. So,
well, Where are you
Feel
willing
it.
to go? You got to start there.
Well, I still like the Great Lakes area.
Your
so I'm
boyfriend's
not-
bitching at you. I can hear him in the
You
background.
can. I know he is. He's right over there. He's like, "Are you done yet? Are you done?"
Yes, too.
It's about us right now. Where is he? Maybe I
Let me
can.
see. What am I? I'm pulling up your. Oh, I got to get Nikki's chart first. Okay. I swear we looked at this before. So you guys, if you're
We
watching
probably
this,
did.
hold on, Nikki. Nikki, are you under Nikki or Nicole? I don't know. Astrocartography is really, really cool. I will tell you though that 99.9% of the time, the place that you feel drawn to is the one that's gonna work out best for you astrologically. So it's definitely something to consider. But if you have like a choice of places and you're really, you just can't decide, that's the time that you want to, talk to an astrologer or do it yourself if that's what you want to do. Because that it'll help you narrow it down and you can see the specifics as to like how each location is going to work for you. Now, the problem with that is geographically, there's a big swath of the country where you're going to get almost identical changes, whatever that is. So you might not be able to get really specific on it. It just depends. Hold on. Okay, Sky.
Yeah. I've looked at mine and I don't quite understand astrocartography. So I'm like, oh, I was obsessed with like Olympia out in Washington. I really wanted to live there for a lot of years. And I was like gearing my family up. I'm like, we're going to do this. We're going to move out there. And then COVID happened and it never happened. And I haven't felt the desire to go out there at all anymore.
Since then?
I saw it. No, yeah, since then, actually.
Maybe the energy there has changed. Maybe something about
everything did. Well, my guides are like, yeah. Like
where were you at in Florida?
I was in the very bottom.
Like Miami?
No, the other side. Fort Myers.
It'll be
like
the
around
same.
Fort Myers. Yeah.
It's close enough. It'll be the same. Hold on, let me see here. Where's your natal chart though? I gotta
the Gulf of Mexico side. Yes, I still call it the Gulf of Mexico. You're not taking that from me too. Okay. You guys changed math. You changed how you can't even let the kids count on their fingers. And then you're gonna change the name of the Gulf. Like, ugh.
It looks almost exactly the same as your natal chart, unless I'm looking at it incorrectly. Hold on, let me double check because sometimes I do that. So let's see here, region. Does Prometheus? That's the one you use, the software you use.
Yeah,
does that have an astrocartography?
Yeah, it does. It does. It has. Yeah, I usually just think, okay, if you're gonna follow these lines, what are the best ones to follow? And I was like, oh, probably like Jupiter. Or like Venus, but my Venus is like square my moon. So I'm like, I don't want to be where my Mars line is because I've been out to Colorado and I just feel like the mountains are going to kill me or something. I just feel like it's scary there. Like I don't want to spend a lot of time there.
Yeah.
I can dip in and out, but I don't want to live there. But I don't know. Got family there, so.
If I'm looking at the chart, your chart, which I believe that I am, 22 to 15. Yeah, the Florida region, it's not going to get you much of a change. It's going to be a lot more of the same. Now, I can't speak for the feeling like you're in a microwave. That's definitely, the sun doing that to you. So,
yeah, I'm a northern girl. I got the thickest blood. I usually take like baby aspirin before I travel anywhere, unless it's like on the, I don't know. Unless it's on the line. Like I can go out to like Washington and Oregon and California and I don't need to do any of that. But when you're getting out into the mountains or you're getting into somewhere like really, really hot, like I have to thin my blood out. It's really weird. I have to prepare to travel.
I think Portland looks or somewhere over in Washington, over in that side of the country, right? Like over in that area. I think it looks good for you. Let me see, where's your midheaven right now? So your midheaven's real close to Mars, which gives you a lot of stress in relation to the career. Like you're going to be thinking a lot. You already are anyways, because your Mars and Mercury are conjunct. And that's like doubling up on the overthinking and overanalyzing and just being in your head nonstop, which is
it's not
the
a
easiest way to go through life. But it does switch your midheaven. It moves it out of Aries and puts it into like closer to Aquarius, but it's in Pisces. It's about 7 degrees of Pisces. And that's on the Fagan Bradley 30-degree division 12 house. But I do think that would be better for your career. It also pushes your, now just barely, okay, it's going to be just barely, pushes your ascendant out of Cancer. Now this, Nikki, I have the 30 degrees, so it's not, literally in Cancer. I think your ascendant, I've seen your ascendant. This is like basically that portion
it's
right
cuspy.
between.
Yeah, it's like
it's cuspy with Leo. But it does push it into Gemini, like a full sign, in which case I think that would be much better for relationships. That's personal, professional. It also moves your Imam Chali down into Virgo instead of Libra. Now that might be a little bit harder to deal with depending, not that it's bad, but it puts more of a focus maybe on your physical body, which I don't know that you would necessarily need, but I still think it's preferable to where you're currently at, if I'm being totally honest with you. It may be something worth
to think about it. Yeah, maybe I'll travel out there again. Travel out there to Portland. I did love it. I used to dream about living in a place where the houses were built into the mountains. And I looked everywhere. I was like, where is that? Where is that? And
Brazil?
Yeah. Actually, I plan on traveling to Brazil, actually. But it's a little bit in Portland, too. I was like, well, this isn't like my dream, but it's kind of like it. So.
I like to, one of the things I ask people is, like, what are you trying to achieve by the move? Because different places, like I said, will give you slightly different, they'll put different things into focus. So, like, what would you want to achieve by the move?
Oh, well, I just want to cut, like, cords. I want to cut ties with, like.
So get away. Okay, get out of the country. You got to get out of the country.
I've been living this, like, I don't know. I've been living here in this area my whole life. I've always wanted to get out. I've always wanted to leave. And no matter what, I've just been anchored and sucked in. And I just, now I'm not really tied down to anybody. My kids are almost all grown up and, I don't have my job. I love my job.
Would you? Okay, but
I'm open to trying new things. So I'm
would
like,
you
well,
really leave the country though? Especially not
would
having.
I leave the?
Have you traveled out of the country?
I've never traveled out of the country. Not yet.
Canada?
I almost made it to Canada once.
Okay.
No, I've only ever lived in the United States.
Okay.
So.
Well, I would.
But I really have thought about selling like literally everything and leaving the country and just settling down somewhere where I can just.
I recommend
work online, do astrology, do my thing,
highly.
Dance, go meet people, like just live. Like,
so you need to go somewhere where you speak the language, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it would be preferable. I don't know. I want to do something different. I keep having. I've had these dreams. I actually had a tarot card reading, and it tied into this dream I had where I'm standing in front of this like locked door. And I'm standing there and I'm waiting and like, nothing's coming to unlock this door. I think I need the shit behind this door. And I'm just tired of like feeling like that. I'm tired of always standing in front of these locked doors. And I'm going to go out and do my own thing. And I don't see why not, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm being set up to just like go explore. Go
we'll do it.
Find out who I am and collect just collect experiences and have a good time. Like
there are a lot of countries where there are, even though like English isn't obviously their language, there's a lot of expats, a lot of fellow travelers and stuff where you can definitely.
See, I liked that about Olympia too, because everybody I met they were transplants and they were like looking to make friends. And I would just go out there for a week or two at a time and I would just make friends with strangers and I'd have such a good time. And I come back home and like there was nobody to talk to about all the weird shit I'm into. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it just felt like it was more my vibe.
Nikki, come to Russia. Nobody speaks English here though.
Yeah,
Some people do, not many.
I like clean food. I like all of that, but I'm an herbalist, and they're not really into that there.
What,
So.
here?
Yeah,
That's how I thought you meant like, no, they
yeah,
love herbs. Like, what are you talking? Oh, okay, I gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay, so that's got to
But
be
I'd still come
legal.
visit.
It's got to not too much sun, and it's got to be maybe like some colder weather. I don't know.
Yeah, Sweden, like
going to
Amsterdam. There's like, I don't think they would like. I don't know if I'd have to
like
go check
what?
it out. Like me.
I don't know. The cost
like,
of living
oh.
seems kind of pricey there, but I don't know for sure. So if
Oh
you're
yeah,
gonna
I haven't explored that.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's worth. I think that it's worth thinking about, and I know from experience that I always felt like even my family, even my neighbors, like I don't know, I just felt really out of place in the United States. I was still like, I'm trying to be like, why do we have to mow the lawn? This is stupid, right? Like, what are we doing? Every single week we're mowing the lawn. I'm like, why do you guys need a washing machine and a dryer? Like, why can't you just hang your clothes up outside? This makes no sense to me. And like, I'm the weird one, right? Well, then I came to Russia, and it turns out they don't even know what, like, they don't have lawnmowers here. They like, they'll weed whack once a month or something, but they just don't, it's not like a part of their culture where you have to have these beautiful manicured lawns all the time. And they don't have dryers here. Like when you wash your clothes, you hang them out. Like they still, even around the apartments, like people, they have clotheslines, and people will like walk down and hang up their panties, and there you can just see everybody's like, you know, all their nighties and
clean
stuff.
drawers.
Yeah. They're just there all the time. So I realized that it actually wasn't something wrong with, I didn't think there was something wrong with me. I thought there was something wrong with everybody else. I just was in the wrong, I was in like the wrong country. I was in the wrong country the entire time. I might still be a little bit. There might be some tweakage that needs to go, but I'll tell you what, I love the Ural Mountains. I love the weather here. So I don't think that that's it. I think I'm where I'm supposed to be, but what a great feeling to actually be able to get out and like go and find your place. So if you can do that, you definitely should. Trayton says, I love astrocartography. I'm so ready to get off and away from the MC lines. I know they are good for finding out purpose or career or legacy, but geez, aren't they heavy as fuck sometimes? I mean, they could be. I don't know. I didn't look at your chart. There might be a solution for that. Yeah. Trish Farrell says, I think astrocartography is cool. I'm attached to people more than places though. But for people who aren't and want to move, I definitely feel they should consider getting that done. Yeah, see, I'm the opposite. Like I was attached to the places, but not like I would get homesick real bad, but not necessarily miss anybody. So I've heard that's a psychopath trait too. I don't know. I thought it was just a Virgo.
No, I don't think it is. I think, you know, when you're connected to people, you know that you're always going to be connected to them, whether
I think that's part of it
or
too.
not. So that's how I feel. Like I'm, you know, still always connected to my children. Like they can come wherever I go, you know, like. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like exploring, getting out, getting away. Probably won't this year just because I want to see what happens like economically. It's kind of
Don't wait on it. Don't wait on it.
Change. Yeah. Well, my lease isn't up until.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
It's coming up.
Trish says, Trayton, my MC is in Virgo, 10th house near Pluto, which is also Virgo. Yes, those are extremely intense. Trayton says, Trish, that kind of sounds like an ouch. Yeah, it does. I agree. Seconded, but I'm sure you're okay. Totally good. I have Scorpio rising, transmuting really heavy shit is my specialty. I eat intense soul contracts and karma for breakfast lately.
I love it.
Oh, that's funny.
I love that. I know. I've been imagining myself as like you know, a warrior that's just cutting cords and samurai swords, and I'm just done with this shit. Done.
Yes. Meditation is helping with my, I don't know if you guys know, I have a cord issue. I've tried everything, and that creep still shows up periodically in my dreams, but I've been meditating super hard. Okay. Like mega super hard, you know, like as hard as you can meditate. I know you're not supposed to approach it that way, but like it's been intense. Okay. Like 2 to 3 hours a day. But during that last 3-ish month period now, it's been minute. Like I feel like he's tried to get into my dreams a couple of times, but I'm like, it just didn't work. So, which is great. So it's definitely making a dent in it.
Do you have, do you think it's due to the amount of, pregnancies you guys shared together?
Yeah, I do.
Like the cord? Do you do cord cutting for each one? Have you tried? Obviously,
God, I'll
you've
be here
tried.
forever. They'll take forever. Couldn't do all that.
Yeah.
I had 23 miscarriages. Well, technically, I only had 16 when I was with him, so I guess it would have been 16 cord cutting sessions. But no, I like the thing is I give that guy zero attention. Like he doesn't make it into my conscious mind during the day. So it only happens in my dreams, and they're very specific, and it's real creepy. Like he's always trying to convince me that my child is actually his child. It's weird. It's bizarre. And what's interesting is now I haven't been on Facebook in many years, but back when I was, what would end up, I would find out because like he would just put all of his dirty laundry on the internet for whatever reason, because he's a drama queen or something. But whenever I'd have one of these dreams, somebody would get back to me, be like, hey, him and his wife are fighting. I mean, it always lined up. Whenever he was just being a miserable bitch, that's when he would end up being in my dreams. So that's how I know, like, it wasn't my imagination. Like, I had evidence that this was going on. But like I said, the meditation has been the biggest thing, and he really can't get in there quite as good.
Yeah, I don't dream about my ex.
Good.
I don't dream about anything, like, but weird stuff now. I dream all the time. Like we talked about dreaming on that one show, and all of a sudden I'm dreaming. I just like said, well, I want to dream again. Now I'm dreaming. And now I'm like, I don't want to anymore, but it's too late.
Yeah, sometimes it's not fun.
Last night I was dreaming about like my husband, and I was on my phone, like not my ex-husband, but just like my husband. I was like, I'm gonna find my husband. Where is he? And I'm just like, and then I'm like having this outside experience. We're like, who the fuck are you married to? Like, you ended that shit. What are you talking? I'm just like, I'll find him. It was like on my phone. I'm like, and I woke up and I'm like, oh, weird that I would remember like being on my phone and looking at it and reading it. Like, who reads in their dream? I can. Apparently I can.
Yeah, I do too. I heard it was impossible, but I definitely do it.
Yeah.
Somebody else tried to say, they're like, dogs don't dream. People only dream in black and white. And then your brain.
Bullshit. No way. I dream about like colorful stuff. I don't always remember my dreams, but it's in color, and there's words and things are. I'm weird. I was so happy. I was like, I like woke up happy though. So that's a change. That's been good. I like that.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good way to wake up for sure.
I was I do like my first thing is like where the fuck is the moon? If I'm in a mood, I'm like, where's going on? This time I didn't do that. I like looked at my little period calendar and I was like, oh,
that's a good one too. Yes,
my hormones are just going crazy.
That's the internal moon calendar. Yes. It's not. It had nothing to do with that one's usually the first one. It's what did I eat? Am I going to start my period? Like, because
my God.
Why do I want to murder everyone? Why am I visualizing pushing people in front of a bus? Like, that's not normal. What's going on? And it's usually that. No.
Like, why do I feel like this? I don't like it.
That's
I'm live, laugh, love. I'm happy. God damn, I'm happy. Like, I'm a happy person. No, I'm not. That is so funny. I can totally relate to that. And I mean, it's just usually gets me when I'm driving. That's usually when I feel the hate,
the urge, the rage,
and the rage. I hate driving. I just absolutely hate it because people are dumb here. Okay, I'm telling you, you can live anywhere in the United States, but if you come here and drive, you are going to find that the dumbest people drive here. Okay.
They're in Georgia, Nikki. I promise you they're worse. At least Wisconsins can drive in the snow. There was like a 40-car pileup. Actually, it might have hit over 100. There were flurries, flurries in Atlanta. And everything shuts down. Okay. They can't look. If you even say there might be flurries, nope, they're shutting the schools down. It's a national or like a state emergency. But like there was the one year we were down there was like, I think it was like a 40-some car pileup, but like over 100 people were killed or injured, like just for some snow. So at least as bad as Wisconsin might be, at least they can drive in the snow. That's real. That really is. We can drive in the ice. We can drive in the snow.
Got to give them some credit. Doesn't matter. Like, well, okay, we're crazy here. So either you're making a beer run, or like something taught you, like usually you were driving your parents to go to the beer run, so
Yeah.
it's very much a drinking focused state here. It's really, really weird. It just doesn't change. It just doesn't change. I see a lot of people, I work in the cannabis industry, so I see a lot of people who are treating their illnesses. They're treating their chronic pain. I have a particular guest who won't listen to me at all. I'm like, oh, you don't think that it could be wheat or dairy causing all of these issues? And I think some people just like to really build their entire identity around their illnesses. And this is who I am.
Oh my God, yes.
And so when you approach them with like, hey, how about you change that so you don't have to live like that? It's a hard no.
That's it's exactly like you said. It's their identity. They don't know who they would be without the illness.
No, and they don't want to change, and they never will. And that's exactly the way it's going to go. And that's the most frustrating part about my job, because I love what I do and I want to help people heal. But it starts with
heal, yes.
No, not everybody wants to heal. They say they do, but they don't. They don't want to heal. It sucks. Because I'm like, why are you doing that?
That was like, hey, that was like all of my psychic reading clients, not just the health stuff, but just whatever their problems were in general. They like identified with them, and they didn't actually want to make any changes to like make, Yeah.
It's become who they are, and they don't know any other way of life. And I never wanted that for myself. I was in like the worst amount of pain I'd ever been in. I was treating my chronic pain with alcohol over time. It just snuck up, and I became the biggest, most raging like alcoholic. And it was a closeted one too. So you really didn't know that that big water bottle was filled with wine, unless you saw my mouth all red and purple.
Your cheeks don't get, if I drink wine like 2 seconds later, my whole body's like flush. Yeah.
Oh, eventually. Yeah. It like the inflammation, like I blew up. I was a big round berry, red all the time. But yeah, I mean, you get delusional. You treat yourself and you think that this is okay. And for the longest time, I think for like a year, I struggled to quit drinking. And I thought that's going to be the key to getting rid of all this chronic pain that I'd had for over a decade before that. But I didn't want to identify as this person who had chronic pain. I didn't want this to be my life, the rest of my life, because I wanted to die. I mean, I'm sorry, but it hurts. Like every day, your whole body's throbbing. You can't move your joints. You can't even like pick your arms up to hug your kids. You can't vacuum. Like shit hurts so bad. It's like, I don't know. I maybe I'm a different person, but I would never want to continue to live that way and only take a pill that masks stuff. Go to the doctor and have them be like, well, I don't know. Like. They don't. They Google your shit when you go.
Yep, that's what they're doing when they're in their office. They're like double checking, like, what is this that she's doing?
Yeah. When I saw my doctor this last time, I told her all the changes I made, and she's like, well, I don't need to tell you anything. I'm like, yeah, I know. Isn't it frustrating for you to tell people to eat right? And they're like, I am, but they're not. I mean, they know that the dairy is poison here. I'm sorry, but
it is.
I can't prove it. The United States is selling poison food. I just can't prove it. It is. It's absolute poison. There's something about dairy that makes the inside of my joints and bones.
It's all the hormones.
Hurt. Yeah.
It's
and
hormones,
as soon as I stop,
it's antibiotics, it's pus, it's like the whole
dairy makes my face break out. It gives me a pregnancy rash, so it F's with my hormones. It's I'm telling people, look, I've already and they're like, no, that's you. You're sensitive. I can eat whatever I want. And I'm like, well, then what's going on with the chronic pain? Why do you have these issues then if you can eat whatever you want?
Yeah, they don't realize how it's affecting them. Yeah.
No, because every day we eat and we don't think about it. We're conditioned to believe that the stuff created in the lab is better for you than anything that you've grown yourself.
Right.
That's one of the best marketing ploys that have ever been laid out there, is they've convinced every American that what you get in the grocery store is what you need, and you don't have to grow your own food because you can't trust that. You can trust us. We've got a little rainbow for a logo or whatever the hell, you know,
And in a
whatever the
lot of
story
cases, when
is.
you try to grow your own food, they try to put stuff in, like there's a lot of people who've tried to turn their front yard into a garden and the city shuts them down. Like they find ways to make sure that you can't be self-sufficient. So yeah, there's too much money to be made from sick people and from just, you know, food in general, just selling,
Wheat.
you know, their processed bullshit food.
Yeah, wheat in general affects my neurological system. So a week ago, well, we talked about the fucking fruity pebbles I ate. So I knew I was doing a bad thing, but I was literally walking sideways. I couldn't even like get my hands to work. I'm at work and I'm just like fumbling, dropping things because I can't get the connection to happen. And I see that with people where they're just, I don't know. We're being poisoned. Literally, we're being poisoned, and you can't stop it. You can't prove it. You can't do anything, you know, about it. Just people are gonna not listen. They're just gonna be like, "Well, what am I supposed to do? Just eat like you?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Well, here's
like,
the thing,
real
though.
food. How about real food that wasn't put in a box, that isn't like processed, doesn't have red 40 in it?
Right.
I don't know. It might help. But
here's the thing. So a lot of those people are making decisions while they're basically being forcibly medicated. They don't realize that there are, you know, the hormones, like, you know, like all women for the most part know that hormones affect how you feel. So if you're drinking milk, if you have, people have reactions from antibiotics, like you're not yourself, you know, you're basically a chemical zombie. And don't realize it. So like, it's hard for somebody in that state to pull out of it and be you know, like, oh, maybe I do have, you know, like maybe this is affecting me negatively. Maybe I should try to make some changes. It's just like when you put somebody on like an elimination diet for like 7 days or 30 days. And then they go back, they start eating something again, and all of a sudden they're inflamed, their throat is swelling up. Like they didn't realize that they were like that. That was their daily life. They were just in pain, they were swollen, they couldn't breathe right, they had sinus issues. Until you remove the toxicity, they're not even them. They're not even like the person they would really be. You know, they're like those ants that get that fungus, and then like the fungus is actually running their bodies, you know. It's kind of like that. So zombies, I guess that's the best way to put it.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Something changes to your psychological makeup, your brain function. You get this entire clarity, like overwhelms you. Like all of a sudden you can think better. It for me, when I experimented with it, over time, I was like slowly felt like the way I did when I was a little kid. I was like, oh, wow, I remember this feeling. This was like before I became a chain smoker and a drinker or whatever, you know, all the experimentations we do with, you know, drugs, alcohol, food, lifestyles. So it was kind of cool. It was like being transported back to a different, like a restart. And I don't know, I just suggest it to everybody. I'm like, look, you don't know what you're allergic to, but I know that everyone would feel a lot better if they didn't eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch, if they didn't eat cereal in general, you know, or, you know, poisoned bread. You know, I don't get it. But it's hard to give that stuff up. I give it up because I don't want to be sick on my couch. I want to be able to walk and drive myself. I never had anybody to take care of me. I never had anybody to help me. I was the only one I had. So like, I'm never going back to that.
Would you have in Virgo?
Sometimes. I have Saturn and Pluto.
Okay. All right. We talked about that last week too. The independence thing, militant independence.
Yeah. Virgos. Yeah. I like to explore. I like to try new things, but I don't like being controlled. So like my exploration days, like my fun, you know, party days are over. I mean, I think the most I would experiment with now is like shrooms, microdosing, you know, that type of stuff, and see if that makes my mood any better. Because I'd rather play with like Amanita or something like. No, not yet. I haven't had a chance to. I've had too many.
If someone gave me any form of mushrooms that were edible,
I know.
I would gobble them up and see what happened and just go on the adventure. I can't believe that you could just do it and you just haven't yet.
No, I have to be like super responsible. Like today I'm hanging out with my daughters and we're going to go, back to
I
school
think
shopping.
it's the type of thing. If you're microdosing, you're not supposed to be tripping out. Like nobody's
Yeah, but
face will melt.
I don't like to do anything like just a little. So I kind of want to see what it's going to be like if it's just me getting rocked, and then I know where I'm going to go after that. But I don't know, maybe maybe it won't be rocked. Maybe it'll just be like, but it's like, it's legal, guys. It's legal. We can sell it here in Wisconsin. They're silly farm bars. Everybody loves those. I guess they're well known. I didn't know anything about them. So yeah, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it when I have some free time.
Yeah, I really think I've gotten that psychically, like microdosing will definitely help you, but it's the microdosing, Nikki. It's not the getting like totally like, blitzed out of your mind. Like that's not the
there's a few different types I can try. So I can try these like bars, or I can try these gummies, and I'm going to try a bunch of stuff and see what happens. But I'm in the middle of building marketing campaigns. I'm in the middle of I have the creative juices flowing already.
I gotcha.
So, I mean, I want to have fun when I do it. So,
okay. All right.
And free time,
I gotcha. Trish says iodine, we're so deficient. It causes severe thyroid and hormone imbalance. Yeah. Fluoridation inhibits iodine absorption. Public water and most teas, green and black, are grown in heavy fluoridated soil. I did not know that about the soil. Yeah, I don't even trust organic non-GMO flour from the US. No, anything that's got bread over there. Poison. Like it's legit.
I literally buy organic flour, coconut flour, almond flour. I have reactions from all of it. So they're spraying Monsanto all the fuck over it. I don't really know, but I can't handle it.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's terrible. It's awful.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know what to do about it though, guys. I mean,
you got to leave the country.
Come up with any solutions. Yes, I think I'm going to. Yeah, I don't know.
Listen, if you go to a major city, they're going to speak English. I mean, not everybody, but a lot of countries, especially in Europe, will. Obviously, even in Moscow, like a lot of people speak English, you'd be all right. But like I would definitely consider getting out of there. Just look like where's a good spot. I would do low cost of living so that you can just work a couple of times. We do a couple readings a week and you'd be perfectly fine, but you'll feel different. I promise you would feel different. And it's nice too to get away from everyone. And then when they do see you on Zoom, I think they appreciate you a little bit more. I think they're like, oh, instead of just taking advantage of you and trying to get haircuts for free.
Amen. Amen.
All right. Well, yes. Thanks everybody for joining us. We had Trish, we had Trayton. Who else? We have Bash was on here today. I think Desiree. We saw Sprout Queen. Yep, Desiree's on here. We will be back same time next week, I believe. At some point here, you guys, we're probably going to switch back and forth. I would assume we're going to do every other week. We'll do a show on here, and then we'll do a show on the other channel that we're getting ready to launch. So, but we'll let you know, and we'll send everything out. If you're on the ISAA's newsletter sign up form, which please sign up. You'll be able to get that information too, but we'll be sure to let you know. So in the meantime, have a great week, have a great month, and may all of you
happy new moon.
Yeah, exactly.